I've been talking about waking up later and how that's leading me to discover a deeper part of myself, and how I'm kind of setting aside an old way of being. And I want to talk more about that piece specifically, and this time in relation to Jiu Jitsu, or actually using Jiu Jitsu as an example. It's really in relation to everything, but this concept of really becoming more and more my own person is something that I'm very attuned to right now. And I had an experience yesterday in Jiu Jitsu that was interesting, which is that I was sparring with someone, and both my coach and another student who's senior to me started giving me advice, and I made the decision not to follow the advice. And the reason I did that was because I realized that I was in this groove of my own. I was in my own kind of rhythm, and even if what I was doing was technically not correct, and even if it was going to result in not as good a result, I wanted to see it through, because it was my own. And that's kind of a concept that I've been struggling with recently, because I noticed that in jiu-jitsu, in practice, when I'm just sparring, the coach is usually walking around, and he's focusing on different people at different times. But what'll happen if he kind of comes over to me and starts giving me advice, and I don't expect it, is it breaks me out of a rhythm. And then I kind of get discombobulated, because I'm like, oh, should I listen to my coach? Should I do what I was doing before? And it's a very kind of disconcerting moment. And in that moment yesterday, when I decided not to do what my coach was telling me, I even felt guilty in the moment for making that decision. But I said, okay, I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and just kind of continue with what I was doing, because it felt better. I knew technically, intellectually, that it probably wasn't better, but it felt better, and I wanted to do the thing that felt better, and I wanted to see where it led. And in this case, it ended up well, but I think I wanted to see myself follow my own advice and have it go well, even if that advice was different from the coach's advice. So it's kind of like a son breaking away from the father, or something like that. I mean, there's definitely something in there about that. There's some psychological stuff about that, and I've discussed it with my therapist. But it's definitely like just like a deepening of my faith in myself. So it was an interesting thing to notice, and it's definitely a theme in general in my life. I mean, I think it's been a theme for a long time, but just right now I'm particularly aware of it, and I think I'm making like strong gains in it, because it's definitely like front of mind for me. So interesting, like the area of sleep and waking up in the morning, and then also, jiu-jitsu and listening to the coach or not listening to the coach, just kind of these areas of my life that are demonstrating where I'm kind of becoming this, person that um, kind of that I haven't been before, which for me is more myself, um, and feels good. And because it's a different type of behavior, comes with levels of discomfort. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how it continues to progress.